What does the word wealth mean to you? Do you immediately think of a rich person or a luxurious item? Could you be wealthy and not even know it? Or just because you don't have a big pimping house or rolling on dubs, you're unwealthy? I believe that through time, the word has become too much of a status quo versus a status of your specific financial health or well-being. Where are you in terms of understanding your financial well-being or wealth today? Do you know your net worth? And why is that important and why does it matter? The Federal Reserve System published a report on the economic well-being of U.S. households in 2018 through May 2019. The study found that 4 out of 10 U.S. households would struggle to pay $400 in unexpected expenses. The Full also published some research where their study found the average American savings account balance is about $3,500. There are a lot of statistics out there on how badly finances are constrained and the stress it causes. I want to help change this so that families don't have to struggle with the day-to-day and live their best lives possible. Hi, my name is Cesar De La Cerda, and I'm a licensed financial advisor, and I'm the founder of EnvisionVest. I've helped thousands of people across the United States, and I hope I can help you. Let's talk about wealth and its specific application for you, and so you can determine if you are wealthy or unwealthy. The word wealth has an archaic meaning linked to the word health in the English language. So to keep this as simple as possible, your wealth is your financial health. So are you unwealthy or wealthy? Hopefully you want to take good care of your financial well-being or wealth. This video isn't about making you rich like some snake oil potion made you healthy back in the day. It's about helping you understand your finances and determining if changes need to be made, which would help you increase your wealth through time. Are you saving and investing versus accumulating greater expenses and debt that are unnecessary? If you have a surplus of income every month and are putting it to work for you in a savings or in investments, that's financial well-being and deserving of a clean bill of wealth. I want to share with you some insight on your budget so that you can gain greater confidence in your financial well-being or wealth. These concepts deal with drilling down on your budget as a center of your financial verse. Reviewing your budget is a financial well-being checkup and similar to a healthcare checkup. Who needs this? Everyone. Just like an annual health wellness checkup, early detection of an illness is the best method of treatment and overcoming it. The same is true regarding your finances, where early detection can help you correct an unwealthy situation. Changing bad habits and behavior will help you create greater wealth. Changing bad habits and behaviors can help you be wealthy. At least annually, you should perform a financial checkup to determine if your financial well-being in terms of your net worth, similar to an annual healthcare checkup that involves taking measurements like height, weight, and blood pressure, the financial checkup involves getting financial measurements to get an overall view of your financial well-being. The measurements involved in this financial wealth checkup revolve around your budget. There are 5 things in a budget that have to be assessed. What has to be measured and reviewed are your income, expenses, debts, savings, and assets. Keep in mind, just like an annual healthcare checkup, at least annually you should drill down on your finances and decide where areas can be improved, reduced, increased, or eliminated. The main driving focus is to have a greater surplus of income, funding your savings and building assets, which will lead to a healthier well-being and greater wealth that you should be happy about. This isn't about jonesing on your wants, it's about being realistic and living within your means and abilities. So let's look at the 5 elements of a personal budget. The first element of your budget is your income. Do you have consistent income or does it fluctuate? This is important because depending on how you earn your income, it will dictate how you spend and save. Obviously, when you have a fixed income, things are pretty predictable. What if you earn commissions, bonuses, or have a side hustle that earns you an income? If your income is sporadic, you really need to master your budgeting skills? What if there's a change to your personal income? Do you have an increase or decrease, and what's going to happen going forward? Are you happy with your income situation, or could it use some improvement? Your income will change through your lifespan, and you have the power to control it to an extent. If you want more income, then do something about it. Oddly enough, I haven't run into anyone that has said they want to earn less. One last thing regarding income. Take pride in how you earn a living and provide for your family. Let's talk about expenses as the part of your budget. Are a majority of your expenses fixed or variable? Can you get a good average cost to help you manage your expenses more effectively? This part of the financial checkup is like the part of getting your weight checked at your annual health checkup. You know what's unhealthy for you, but you might indulge a little bit more than you should on some Twinkies. Now you're overweight and you have to have this uncomfortable talk with your doctor about how to lose weight. Well, your expenses are a little like this too. Your expenses can get out of control and really limit your ability to have greater financial well-being. Take inventory of your expenses and determine how to control them. You're going to have some expenses that are necessary, like most of your utilities. Can you shop and compare the best rates to help you lower your expenses? As an example, I switched my electric provider and it's saving me over $600 a year. Do you have any unnecessary subscriptions? I was surprised once at the amount of subscriptions my family had. We had movies, music, children's programs, books, newspapers, gyms, video games. It was bananas. What about your insurance programs? Are you insurance poor? Take inventory and review your insurance policies and make sure it's priced fairly and that you have adequate coverage and it protects you in the case you have to file a claim. Last tip on insurance policies, trim the fat. Do you have coverage that you don't need? One last point pertaining to expenses. Have an understanding of what you pay in taxes. This is an area that you can control to an extent. Debt is an expense, but it can really compromise your net worth because it's a liability. Debt lingers around like an unwanted health guest. Debt has to be measured because it is like cholesterol, which can put a strain on your finances through time. There is manageable debt, and then there is abominable debt that eats away at your soul. Getting control of debt involves getting control of what you're financing. Can you take steps to improve your credit before financing expensive items? By the way, the national average interest rate as of April 2021 for credit cards is 16.15%. Good debt is when the cost to finance is reasonable and practical through time. Paying 25% to finance a car is the most ludicrous choice you have to make. Same thing when financing a home. You can get stuck in a high interest rate by not shopping for your mortgage interest rate. It isn't personal when you shop and compare for a good interest rate. Shopping is in your best interest and can save you tens of thousands of dollars at a time. So take a look in the mirror and say to yourself, I won't overpay to finance what I need. Let's jump in and talk about savings. As a general rule, you want to have about 6 months of your income saved. This should be a goal to completely crush your financial wellness checkup. Why is it important? There are so many reasons why this is critical. First, unexpenses will occur, like flat tire, the washer goes out, or you have a major event that causes a disruption that will cost you money. Having 6 months of your income saved goes beyond the little expenses that can come up. Having 6 months of savings can allow you time in the event that you can't work and give you some room to breathe until you figure things out. Okay, that's the bad stuff that can happen and why having money saved is super important. But having a savings for other things that bring you happiness is the most important reason of all. This is the money that you would use to travel with your friends and family, the money that you use to extend or add improvements to your home. In either case, your saved money, when used, needs to be replenished. Let's talk about assets. Now, I'm a big believer of putting your money to work, and the only way to build up your assets is to invest. Investment does involve some risk, so you have to be smart about how you put your money to work. In terms of the types of investments, you can entertain real estate, stocks, or business, or any of the above. If your employer offers a retirement savings program, you should definitely participate. Getting started is the point, and work within a budget to take a calculated risk versus blindly going forward. Starting out as early as possible is important, but if you didn't start when you were younger, you might have to really buckle down and get to it. Generally, the approach to investing and building assets should be tied to a time horizon, and that also takes risk into account. Additionally, some investments might be more liquid than others, meaning that you can't easily dispose of an asset or investment. The purpose of your asset will be a source of income at some point in the future. If you need access to money, say 3 months to under 1 year, you would want to take less of an aggressive approach. Similarly, 1 year to 3 or 5, you might take a little bit more risk. With more time on your side, as in the case beyond, say 5 years, then more risk will be taken. This is very generic. Your thoughts on money and your appetite for risk can be very personal, and you should seek guidance from a professional licensed financial advisor. We've covered a lot. Hopefully you can see your budget and the details that encompass it are extremely important. But the most important aspect of this is understanding your wealth. If these financial concepts just seem like a different language, or even if you're comfortable with finances, but need some help drilling down to help you plan more effectively, please reach out for a complimentary consultation. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and also set your notifications so that you can be up to date on the latest news. Thanks for chiming in, and remember to keep your money working for you all day and every day. Bye.